Welcome to LadiCEO. Hey y'all. I know I came from a different location. Just wanted to give a little bit variety and to discuss this topic that we're going to talk about today, which is business. All right. So, with my brand, I wanted to discuss lifestyle things that go on with people that's my age, and business. So we're going to discuss business. Today I want to talk about when you want to start a business. Fair enough? All right, let's get into it. When you want to start a business, I started my first business when I was 22, 23 years old. Can't remember how old I was. I started my first business because the president of the company that I worked for told me that I couldn't do anything else but that. I went to him because I wanted a raise and I was going to go to another company. And he told me, "What? You can't do nothing else." So I quit. I put in my 2 weeks notice and I quit. I then started doing temp jobs. Then I worked for First Convenience for a year. I went from personal banker 1 to center supervisor in a year. I would have been assistant manager, but my attitude, that's going to come at a later video talking about attitude and altitude. So after that, I went to the old company that I worked for, and I asked them. I said, I didn't ask them anything. I was talking to one of my girlfriends who still worked there, and my old boss was like, "I wish you can come back and work for me. When you do good work, people want you to continue to work for them. Point blank, period." So she was like, "I want you to come back and work for me." And I was like, "Girl, I ain't coming up in this office." And she said, "It's okay. You can work from home." And I was like, And she said, "You can contract work. Matter of fact, it could be your business." So the same person who told me, she didn't tell me, her boss told me that I couldn't do anything else, was the first person that helped me start my first business. I did not know what I was going to do, what to do when you start a business, when you start working for yourself. So here are some things that I wished I would have known. It's so much more than just saying, "I'm going to start a business and I'm not going to work for anybody else again." So many times people make entrepreneur life seem so glamorous, and it is. It's good. It's good. Entrepreneur life provides you flexibility to do things that you would like to do and live in your creative space. However, living in that creative space comes with a price. Working for someone, you get benefits. So if you get sick, you have benefits. The company pays for your benefits, and you pay a certain amount, a premium, and then you pay your copay when you go to the doctor. So first thing I wish I would have known, healthcare. I started here in Dallas. I live in Dallas, for those who don't know. In Dallas, there was Parkland Plus plan. So I started on there. Parkland Plus plan, because it was so expensive for insurance, and there was no such thing as the Obamacare because this was way before Obama. So this had to be 2001, 2002-ish, something around there. And there was no Obamacare. There was no other supplemental insurance that I could think of. And I needed to go to the doctor because I needed my birth control. Birth control for health reasons, not just birth control. Anyway, so healthcare, that was one of the biggest things. The second thing, if you don't work, you don't eat. Period. If you don't work, you don't eat. So, working for a company, you work you get vacation days. Working for yourself, you have to work enough and have enough in the bank that you can take a week vacation. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just saying things you need to think about before you say, "Oh, I'm supposed to just take this leap." I'm big on what did God tell you? When it's time to take that leap, when it's time to start that business. What did God tell you? Did God tell you to leave that company? Or are you just frustrated and you just don't want to work there no more? What is he telling you? Because he will provide. He provided for me. I was able to pay my bills and I was able to go back to school. But these are just things that I wish I would have known prior to leaving corporate America. And yes, it provided me the opportunity to go to school full time and participate in different organizations, be president of different organizations. But I worked at night. I did most of my work at night, and a lot of relationships suffered because of that. Um, Also, when you work for yourself, you tend to get lax on other things, the way you handle different situations. Because being that young, I only had well, I had been working since I was 14, but adult jobs I had only had maybe 3 that wasn't temp. So, in interacting with people, so I feel like God gave me an opportunity to do that. Then He put me back in corporate America so I can learn tools on communication and communicating in the workforce and being able to conduct business because I've learned that in corporate America. So those are some things that I wish I would have known. Now, moving on, things you should think about before starting a business. All right. Are you starting a business because you see what other people are doing, or is it because something that you had a passion for? Now think about that. I started my most recent business because I've been a club promoter. Um, I did typing. I typed up property reports for foreclosures. I had a singles party business with someone. Um, what else? I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Anyway, only one of them paid all my bills, and I was able to just maintain that by itself. Um, Are you doing it because you see everybody else? Hair is the trend, so you want to sell hair now. But you ain't never sold it. You never wanted to do hair. You never wanted to sell hair before. But now you want to sell hair, and you don't even do hair. You know nothing about hair, but you want to sell hair. Especially if you don't wear weave, you shouldn't be selling hair. If you don't wear makeup, why are you selling makeup? I wouldn't be a good person to sell makeup. You know why? Because I don't really wear makeup. I wear makeup now every so often, but I'm not her. Because what happens is people see your makeup and they want to know where you get it from. And then that's your chance to sell. If you're a designer, you want to wear your clothes often as possible. But again, why are you doing it? Is it because you see somebody else doing it and you feel like you do better? Most cases, businesses are started so they can answer a question. They can not answer a question. I'm sorry. They can solve a problem. And sometimes we start businesses, just to be a variety, be another variety, another place, another solution to the same problem. And that's okay. All I'm saying is don't start a business just because your homegirl, you see somebody else, somebody that you really don't like, starting a business and you feel like you can do better. Don't start a business for that reason. Because you're gonna have when you don't have the things that when the business is not flourishing and you're not making any money and you don't have those things that you really need, but you need to put money on it, you're gonna have to remember your why. When you have to get that LLC and it's $300, you're gonna have to remember your why, the reason why you first started that business. Okay. Another thing, be consistent. Since I started my YouTube channel, it wasn't something that I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. But it was a media outlet that I can use that was for free. And I can take and put the podcast on here also that I was still a part of. So me doing media, knowing about media and studying it a little bit, I wanted to have an outlet. So I'm not big on videos, but I have to stay consistent. So the next thing is be consistent. If you're selling clothes, be consistent on the day that you do your release. If you go to a store, they'll tell you the days that they get their trucks. Most people can tell you, oh, this store get their new clothes on clothes on this day. So be consistent in that matter. If you're gonna drop a product, drop your product. Have a certain day that you drop your product. That way your consumers know I'm dropping my products on this day. This is a day that I drop my products. So if I'm following you and you Magnolia Desserts, and I know that Magnolia Desserts may drop a product and it's gonna be on Wednesdays. Okay. You know, different stores have sales start on Thursdays. Home Depot does that. Their sales start on Thursdays. Or is it Wednesday? One of those days. Wednesdays or Thursdays. No, it's Thursdays. So, you know, new sales are going to start on Thursday. So you want your customers to know that, you know what, their sales end and they start on certain days. So if I want what's new, I'm going to have to be there on that day so I can be the first ones. New music used to be released on Tuesdays nights, on Fridays also. We knew that. We knew if someone was dropping an album, it was going to be on a Tuesday. Now we know it's on a Friday, right? So be consistent with your brand. Third thing I'm going to tell you is, in customer service, in business, you're going to have to be nice to those that are nice to you. You can refuse service. You can refuse to give someone service. You can. But is it your emotions, or is it they're really being nasty or rude? Some people are just upset. Or maybe they're frustrated about something. So remember customer service. I will pay if I know that I'm going to get great customer service and it's going to arrive in a timely manner. And that I know I'm going to get good service. Customer service is key. If you want me to keep coming to you, you need to talk to me nicely. You need to be nicer to me. I don't care how your day was. I ain't do it. So you shouldn't take that out on me, the next customer. And it's going to be every so often. I mean, it's going to be few and far between, and I'm going to be able to understand that. You're a business owner. You are the business. I always suggest that people have multiple social medias. I do. I have 2 Facebook pages and 2 Instagram pages and 2 Twitter pages. Because I don't want my business people to be all up in my personal business. That ain't your business. So before, my nephew used to run away. And I was like, I didn't want people who I do business with to know that my nephew ran away whenever I posted on my page. That ain't their business. My business with them is business. So learn to separate business from personal. Yes, you can do business with people in your personal life, but separate them. That's my suggestion. Because sometimes, and keep the stuff that's on your business page neutral. On your personal page, you can talk, archive where you want, and make it private. Make it private. That way, people can't be in that discussion. People that you don't want in that discussion. Just want to talk a little bit about business before you start your business. Things to think about, just a couple of things. That's not all the things. It's not all the things. Another thing you might want to consider is building your team. You know your business. You don't know business. That's why you need me, because I know business. I was talking to one of my girlfriends today. She actually does websites. And as we were talking, she said, I'm not a journalist, I'm not a writer. And I say, I am. I can create content for a person. But she does websites. And I'm paying her to do my website because I don't want to do my website. I don't want to learn how to. So why do I need to? When I could just pay her to do it. And that's what she does. She does websites. I know my business. I know brand consulting, marketing. I know how to put things together for fashion, things like that. I know media. That's the things I know. I don't know websites. I don't want to do websites. So I got someone on my team who knows. No, she doesn't work under me, but she's a resource. I had another meeting with someone and she's building her team. And I'm going to help with branding and imaging, press releases, and bios. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's not what she does. So know that you can't do everything by yourself. And everybody is not out to get you. Everybody is not out to get you. There's enough love out here for everybody. So that's all for right now on business. Knowing things, things to know before you start your business. This is not all. This is just some. I'll come back with some more later. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's get social. This has been a Lady CEO production.